Since his first appearance in the pages of Weird Tales magazine in 1932, Conan the Cimmerian has captivated the imagination of audiences worldwide, both in the original stories, their reprints, their comic book adaptations, and later movies and TV series inspired by them. The 1982 feature Conan the Barbarian, directed by John Milius, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, was a massive success, which launched Arnold Schwarzenegger into superstardom and brought Conan to mass audiences. Despite its standalone virtues, however, the 1982 movie took radical departures from the original source material. Since so many were exposed to Conan for the first time with this movie, it forever colored the general audience's perception of Conan. Much to the dismay of fans of the original literary Conan, every subsequent live-action incarnation of Conan has been made primarily in the mold of the 1982 movie by John Milius, not the original stories by Robert E. Howard. In 2014, an independent production sought to change that by for the first time adapting one of the original Conan stories to live-action film. In this video, we will bring you the story of Iron Shadows, an independent Conan production which is unlikely to ever be released. Conan's creator, prolific Texan author Robert E. Howard, wrote all of the original Conan stories between 1932 and 1936. The novelette Iron Shadows in the Moon was first published in the April 1934 issue of Weird Tales magazine under the publishing title Shadows in the Moonlight. The story has been reprinted numerous times in various Conan collections since, and has also been adapted twice in comics, first by Marvel in 1974 and then by Dark Horse in 2010. While it has some points of excellence, Shadows in the Moonlight is widely regarded as one of the more mediocre Conan stories, written at a time when Howard was in desperate need of money. The story takes place in the Hyborian Age Empire of Tehran, by the border of the Vilayet Sea. We meet Olivia, who is on the run from her sadistic former master, Shah Amurath. Just as he is caught up with her, she is rescued by a war-ravaged stranger, later revealed to be Conan the Cimmerian, the last survivor of a band of mercenaries. After killing Shah Amurath, Conan and Olivia seek refuge on a seemingly deserted island where unknown dangers await them. Production on the independent movie Iron Shadow started in 2013 when producer George Tan approached filmmaker Kit Mallet about doing an adaptation of one of the original Conan stories, which are now in the public domain in large parts of the world. The story Iron Shadows in the Moon was chosen because it logistically is one of the easier Conan stories to adapt to live-action film, as it features action that can be filmed in camera using practical effects, requires relatively little in the way of visual effects, and few, albeit exotic, locations. With a budget of around $2 million, Iron Shadows was never going to be a summer blockbuster extravaganza, but closer in scope to Asylum Productions or something like Street Fighter: Assassin's Fist. A low-budget production where the filmmaker's passion and dedication to doing the source material justice ended up creating something held in far higher regard by many of the fans than official high-end productions made by studios with considerably greater resources at their disposal. Finnish-born actor, accomplished ice hockey player, and fitness trainer Pasi Shalin was cast as Conan, while Czechoslovakian-born Canadian actress and model Andrea Stefanchikova was cast as Olivia, while Dutch actor Ron Smorenberg rounded out the principal cast as Shah Amurath. With a script written by Tonya Mallet, Iron Shadows was filmed on location in Thailand in early 2014. Unlike comparable productions, Iron Shadows was filmed in 3D using an original lightweight stereoscopic camera rig made by director Kit Mallet's company. Iron Shadows was originally slated to be released in late 2014, and if successful, sibling writer and director duo Kit and Tonya Mallet hope to adapt 9 more of Robert E. Howard's original Conan stories, among others Phoenix on the Sword, Tower of the Elephant, and Queen of the Black Coast. Alas, the suggested release window of late 2014 came and went without Iron Shadows being released, and without any further information on when or how a release could be expected. Producer George Tan, who as producer was responsible for resolving any kind of issues pertaining to trademark and legal rights prior to the start of production, assured the director, the cast, and everyone else involved that the rights were taken care of. As it turned out, this was not the case. Conan rights are complex, and despite the best intentions and hard work of the filmmakers, the cast, and the crew, the movie was apparently filmed without the necessary approval and permissions from the Conan rights holders. They reportedly sent a cease and desist letter, and Iron Shadows, by then already filmed, was pulled. Once this became clear, it's reported that George Tan, a producer with what some might call a shady reputation and perhaps spotty history, stopped taking phone calls. Word is that he could no longer be reached by anyone involved in the production. Director Kit Mallet was apparently left to pick up the tab of unpaid bills, despite himself being one of those who worked on the movie for free. At the time of making this video, it looks as if Iron Shadows will never be released. As such, Iron Shadows joins the ranks of the abandoned Red Nails animated feature, and becomes the second overall adaptation of an original Conan story that was started but never made it all the way to release. Fans of the literary Conan just can't seem to catch a break. Meanwhile, Legend of Conan, Universal Studios' long in-gestation sequel to John Milius's 1982 movie, looks set to shoot in the fall of 2015, provided that the schedules of the key players involved line up. Hopefully that project might make Hollywood take notice of Conan and Robert E. Howard's other characters once again, and open the door to a future adaptation of one or more of the original Conan yarns. You can count on us to keep you up to date with the Hyborian developments as they happen.